chapter 64, Surah Taghabun. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of God, most gracious, most merciful. Yusabbihu lillahi. Glorified is God. Ma fis samawati wa ma fil ardi. For all the contents of the skies and the earth, everything in the skies and the earth, they glorify God. Yusabbihu lillahi ma fis samawati wa ma fil ard. All the contents, everything that is in the skies and the earth glorify God. Lahul mulku. His is the sovereign kingdom. God's is the kingdom. Lahul mulku. His is a sovereign kingdom. Walahul hamdu. And His is the praise. So everything in the skies and the earth, they are in a choir of glorifying God. And because God's is the kingdom, and for God is all the praise. وَهُوَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ. And He, God, has the ultimate power over everything. هُوَ الَّذِي خَلَقَكُمْ فَمِنْكُمْ كَافِرٌ. And He is the one who created you, means human beings, who created people. And among people, فَمِنْكُمْ كَافِرٌ. And among people are disbelieving people, disbelieve. Among people are those who don't like the truth. They do not help the truth. They do not aid the truth. They aid something of their interest. And that can be aiding your relatives or others or your desires. It can mean a lot of different things. But when it comes to truth, you have to aid truth, even if it be against your parents, your brothers and sisters, your relatives, or your friends. Doesn't matter. So as long as you aid the truth, you are good. You will belong to a different group. And that are وَمِنْكُمْ مُؤْمِنُونَ. So you will belong to the group who are mu'min, believers, who believe in the truth. Okay? So God created people. هُوَ الَّذِي خَلَقَكُمْ. God created people. فَمِنْكُمْ كَافِرٌ. Among people are those who aid falsehood, those who disbelieve in the truth. وَمِنْكُمْ مُؤْمِنٌ. And another group of people are believers in truth. وَاللَّهُ بِمَا تَعْمَلُونَ بَصِيرٌ. And God is aware, and He sees and He observes all of your actions. خَلَقَ السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضَ بِالْحَقِّ. He created the skies and the earth. He created the planetary skies and the earth بِالْحَقِّ, for a determined cause, for a just end, for a true outcome, for a very clear outcome. وَصَوَّرَكُمْ فَأَحْسَنَ صُوَرَكُمْ. And He dressed you up, He fashioned you up. Like when God created human beings, He created them in the best format. Like they are bipedal, they can stand erect, they can walk, they can run, and they have very good handles, like the hands, like the limbs. The limbs are humans have limbs and hands that are very useful in doing detailed tasks. not so much the animal kind can't really who can't really do the details. So our hands, it's the best format of limbs we have. We make use of them so much. So وَصَوَّرَكُمْ فَأَحْسَنَ صُوَرَكُمْ. So God created you in the best format, like the design. He skillfully designed you. وَإِلَيْهِ الْمَصِيرُ. And to God is the ultimate return. So one day, all people will go back to God, and God is going to judge us, right, for what we've done with these limbs and with the faculties that God has given us. يَعْلَمُ مَا فِي السَّمَاوَاتِ وَالْأَرْضِ. So God is aware of everything that is to happen in the skies and the earth. وَيَعْلَمُ مَا تُسِرُّونَ. And He also knows things that people hide. وَمَا تُعْلِنُونَ. And even when they speak, God knows what is going on in their headspaces, in their back, in like their intentions, and what sort of speech they are making, and why are they making that sort of speech. Correct? Wallahu alimun bidhati sudur. Because God is completely aware of what happens in human headspace. ألم يأتيكم نبأ الذين كفروا من قبل. So haven't you heard of the stories of those who had disbelieved in ancient times? So God is asking, haven't you heard of the stories of those people who believed in ancient times? فَذَاقُوا وَبَالَ أَمْرِهِمْ. They tasted the consequences of their misconduct. وَلَهُمْ أَذَابٌ أَلِيمٌ. And for them awaits a terrible punishment. So we know about lost civilizations, and a lot of those civilizations were had calamitous ends, like they faced calamitous ends, such as the Indus Valley civilization. You have the remains of Palmyra, Petra in the Jordan area, right? So there's a lot of ruins, not just there, but across the world. ذلك بأنه كانت تأتيهم رسلهم بالبينات. And that happened. Why did that happen? Why did God end those civilizations in a calamitous way? Why would that happen? So God explains that was because a series of messengers came to them making announcements and giving them clear teachings. فَقَالُوا أَبَشَرٌ يَهْدُونَنَا. And the response was that they said, and in the response they said, should we now listen to these men who want us to believe in this God? Should we now listen to these men who are no better than us, or something on those lines? So they were basically unwilling to listen to good teachers. So they had some problems listening to those teachers. So they were like, why should we listen to these people whom we don't even consider to be better than us? فَكَفَرُوا وَتَوَلَّوْا. So they disbelieved and turned against them. وَاسْتَغْنَى اللَّهُ. And God by far acts on self-sufficiency. God is by far self-sufficient. Wallahu ghani. And God is the enricher who enriches people in need. Hamid. And He is all praiseworthy. زعم الذين كفروا أن لن يبعثوا. And God gives a very important detail here that explains the behavior of those disbelieving people. So disbelieving people who were not keen to listen to God, they thought, look, once we die and that's the end of story, we are not going to come back to life because we haven't seen our grandfathers come back to life, our ancestors come back to life. Nobody came back to life. Everyone just died and lay in the earth, buried, turned into bones, and scattered in the dust. Nobody ever came back to life. So this messenger of God is trying to fool us by threatening us that God is going to bring us back to life, resurrect us, and then account if we have done, whether we have done good or bad. So they thought that day was never going to come. And that's why they think God says, زَعَمَ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا. Because of this, their opinion is أَن لَن يُبْعَثُوا, that they will not be resurrected. قُلْ بَلَى. So God told Prophet Muhammad to tell them, why not? Why will God not resurrect you? بَلَى وَرَبِّي, my Lord, لَتُبْعَثُنَّ. God is certainly going to bring you back to life. He's going to resurrect you. ثُمَّ لَتُنَبَّعُنَّ, and then He's going to even inform you. After He brings you back to life, after the resurrection happens, God is going to inform all people, بِمَا عَمِلْتُمْ, of all the things that you were busy doing. وَذَلِكَ عَلَى اللَّهِ يَصِيرٌ. And such an event of resurrection is easy for God. And the reason being, when humans did not exist, God created us, correct? So when God can create us when we did not exist, so much more easier it is to God to remake us. So He's already made us, so it's making like another Xerox copy of, just copying the formula that He's already done it. So God says, وَذَلِكَ عَلَى اللَّهِ يَصِيرٌ. And such an event of recreating you guys is so easy for God. Therefore, God says, فَآمِنُوا بِاللَّهِ وَرَسُولِهِ. So therefore, believe in God and His Messenger, وَالنُّورِ الَّذِي أَنزَلْنَا, and the enlightenment, the Qur'an, that God has relayed to Him, this messenger, your messenger Muhammad, that's come to you. So God has given him, relayed to him, this Qur'an, this is Nur, this is enlightenment. So believe in this enlightenment, God says. So you have to believe in the Qur'an. So what happens when you believe in the Qur'an is you will read it, you will understand it, and then you will follow it. And that's essential. وَاللَّهُ بِمَا تَعْمَلُونَ خَبِيرٌ. And God is fully aware of your actions. يَوْمَ يَجْمَعُكُمْ, on that day, لِيَوْمِ الْجَمْعِ, on that day when God is going to gather all the people that He has created. ذَلِكَ يَوْمُ التَّغَابُنِ, that day is an audition of profit and loss. That day people will figure it out whether they were counted in the good books of God or not. وَمَنْ يُؤْمِنْ بِاللَّهِ, and any who has believed in God, وَيَعْمَلْ صَالِحًا, and has done good things, يُكَفِّرْ عَنْهُ سَيِّئَاتِهِ, then for such people God will remove or absolve them or erase off their wrong things. If people truly believe in God and strive to do good things and help people and be good people on earth, then some of the things that you've done wrong, God says He's going to erase that off. وَيُدْخِلْهُ جَنَّاتٍ تَجْرِي, and He's going to make you enter gardens, تَجْرِي مِن تَحْتِهَا الْأَنْهَارِ, where streams and rivers and shimmering streams are flowing. خَالِدِينَ فِيهَا أَبَدًا, to reside in it forever, to live in it forever. You will not be aging, or you will not be suffering any disease. You will just be young and lively and full of energy, and you will live there forever, eternally. ذَلِكَ الْفَوْزُ الْعَظِيمُ, and that is an amazing success story. That's an amazing success story. وَالَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا وَكَذَّبُوا بِآيَاتِنَا. But those, on the other hand, who disbelieved in truth, rejected and denied the truth, denied the teachings of God, أُولَئِكَ أَصْحَابُ النَّارِ. Such people become companions to fire, to a place called fire. خَالِدِينَ فِيهَا. They will be sent there, they will be driven there to live in it forever. وَبِئْسَ الْمَصِيرُ. And it's an evil place. It's not a good place at all. It's a bad place to be in. So what have you guys understood? There you go.
So there are two places. So if you like lying and you don't like speaking the truth, one circle is the lying circle, one circle is the non-lying circle. So in this circle is the lying circle. So if you don't like speaking the truth, then you'd go in the lying circle. If you like speaking the truth, then you'll go in the speaking truth circle. So that's what that some people go in the speaking truth circle, some people don't. And also, to be good, you have to help people and speak the truth.
Very good. Very good, Kausar. So what have you got? What have you understood, Ahmed?
That the people that Prophet Muhammad was trying to teach about God, they thought that he was lower than them. Like he didn't have a good like status or something like that. They thought that he was they were better than him. So they thought, why should we listen to him? And then they thought that Judgment Day would never come because their grandfathers before them never came back alive. So they thought that he was lying, and it, and
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. So what have you thought? What have you learned from this session, Mariam?
I learned that the civilizations God's talking about, he destroyed them for a reason. It's because the people weren't listening to all the prophets that was sent by God, and if the people didn't listen, God God doesn't like it because people are making fun of his messengers and they're not listening to the messengers that have very important news. So what he does is he sends any natural disaster or like a big thunderstorm or something to destroy those people. This is a teaching to tell the people that it's not good to be rude or disrespectful to God's messengers. God, if God sends the messenger, you have to trust the messenger.
Very good. Very good. Good. All right. So we will see you on next Friday.